Hey again, good afternoon, and welcome back to the live. Some technical difficulties, and as the topic says today, retiring style, and it means that we always need to have a backup plan. So I had to have a backup plan to get on here before the time is up today, which would have been about 4:15, 4:20. So I'll have to go a little bit over today. For those of you who are wondering who I am, I'm Sharnit Clark, the Iconic Advisor. You're on the Iconic Advisor page. If you're on Facebook, the Financial Advisor page, and of course YouTube on the Iconic Advisor page. And for those of you who are following on Instagram, that would be Icon Sherns with a Z, ICONSHERNZ. And welcome again. As promised last week, that I'm going to be changing up the show a bit for those of you who weren't here last week or haven't watched the replay. I just want to make sure that my audio is going because just now we had an issue. Or haven't watched the replay. All right, so we are on. We're live. We're live. We're live. We're live. We're live. We're live. So that's awesome. Welcome again. No, for those of you who haven't glanced at the topic or haven't seen it, it is retiring in style. And in retiring style, we have to plan. And there was some discussion recently of, I have two clients working at this X-ray place, don't want to call the name, and I had to do a X-ray recently because of an accident. And of course, I was having a conversation with that lady, and very fun-loving lady, quite spirited, submissive, angelic, if you may. And I went back there to deliver a contract to one of the clients, and I was just making some jokes with her, just being playful with her about, the X-ray that we had done and that I'm not back to do another one. And to know that I was there on the Tuesday and this lady passed on the Friday, just wasn't feeling well, went to her bed and didn't wake up. And the discussion about retirement, um, you know, they called me about it regarding, how long she has been working for and what she has in place and who would have been the beneficiary. And I'm realizing that a lot of persons that I converse with on a daily basis, even persons who are employed for years, does not have anything consistent in place as it relates to retirement. I'm not sure how many of you have access or have seen the reports in terms of how much interest you're getting from the banks as it relates to your savings. It was 0.41%, not even 1%. And if it is that you're thinking that your savings in the bank is going to save you, it's not. Back in the 80s and the 90s, we were getting like 30%, 20% coming down in the teens in the 2000s, and now we're at 0.41. It is going to be taking some consistent saving and investments to make sure that we are able to retire. And every time we hear about something happening worldwide, that is going to be affecting cost in terms of food, fuel. If you may, our dollar is devaluing, and I would also suggest that you compare what is it that if you get a little raise, you're going to be comparing what you were earning a couple months ago or a couple years ago to the US dollar and what is it now. And because our dollar has devalued, when you compare it to the US dollars, it's not going to even look like you got an increase. Look at what minimum wage is when you compare $7,000 to the last time there was an increase. It would have been the same 100 compared to 157 US dollars and compared to 157.40. No. So basically, it's not a 30. When you look at it, when you compare it to the US dollars, it's not a 30% increase. It's not even a 2% increase because the dollar has devalued. No, it is going to take some discipline. And while people may say, it's when we get old, we need to think about retirement, we have to think about investing because we realize that anything that happens, a war now in Ukraine, it is going to be affecting investing. It's going to affect dividends. Things are going to be falling. And if it is that you have funds when it is booming, when it's dropped, you can purchase, yes. And when it is booming, then you can earn from that. which would be some, substantial savings towards retirement. And of course, whatever else, whatever endeavor you want to explore in the near future, you know that when you're investing, you're getting more for your dollar. Now, I have just 5 tips for you today in terms of retiring kind of stress free and in style. So, while most people tend to look forward to reaching a more mature age when they have finally, free time to fully devote to themselves and their passion, retirement often turn out to be a double edged sword. Leaving work can be particularly liberating, but a life without a steady income can often be quite stressful as well, especially when you don't have a clear plan set in place. And to the end, here are some of the tips that I have. And the first one is make savings your number one priority. I don't know, say that, I'm going to say, in terms of budgeting, it has to be a priority. For most people, life after retirement revolves around enjoyment, relaxation, and fun. And whether that means focusing on their hobbies or traveling the globe or simply spending quality time with their loved ones. However, in order to indulge in some travel and hobbies, lessen your worries, you will need to secure the retirement fund, whether it is going to start with emergency, the sinking fund, or you're going to be increasing your superannuation fund if it is that you're contributing through your employers and you're doing a path, whether you're doing 10% and they're doing the additional 10%, or you're doing 15, they'll match it. So whatever that is, and if you're not in a superannuation fund, then you can go what is called a ARS, which is an approved retirement scheme, where if you're self-employed, you're an entrepreneur, if their company is not contributing pension, they so let's see if I can get back on here. Yeah, I think I'm still live. Guys, I hope you didn't hear the outburst. Do not laugh at me, but of course, I'm having some issue. Hi, Courtney. Hi, Carmen. Did you guys hear my outburst? Hi, Bev. Hi, Auntie Bev. So basically, the tips here, let me just run through them because my computer is acting up when it gets overheated. Consider health insurance policies, of course. And the third one is begin the estate planning process. So that is going to, for those of you in the United States, your 401k or your 403, your IRAs, whatever it is that you're contributing to your retirement, and of course, include your will, trust. Also, you have the testamentary trust. So you have to make sure that that is a part of it. So all of the monies that you're earning and all of the estate that you're gaining, real estate, whatever it is, business, you want to make sure that proper planning is done in terms of estate, that when it is that you're not able to continue or to do so or to distribute, then you have the will in place, that for those of you who would want to get what is it that you have earned, your hard-earned money, your invested time, you want them to receive, you want to make sure that there's a will. For insurance and pension, there has to be a named beneficiary on those policies. So those wouldn't fall under your estate because you always have to name a beneficiary. But your property, your car, your bank account, all of those stuff need to fall under the estate. Now think about additional income also in terms of planning for retirement. When you begin your life after retirement, you might find that the contributions that you have made to whether it is your IRA, your 401k, your superannuation fund, or your ARS isn't quite enough, depending on when you started your retirement planning, and also if it is that you had supplemented it with some investment. In those instances, you may or might want to consider an additional source of income, something that will cover your financial needs without being too strenuous or stressful in your older ages. For example, you could think about profiting off your hobbies, such as whether it is you do a little crochet. Persons here in Jamaica might do the little baking overseas too. Everybody like potato pudding, bread pudding, and the drops and the grater cakes. So whatever it is that you do, or you have a small grocery shop at home, whatever it is, or you sell clothes. Many places online do sell the clothing at a discounted price, perfume, body works, whatever it is that is in your forte, that you think it's your passion, that you can earn some money from. You may want to consider that, or try something new. Something new might even help with that too. The benefits of learning a new skill in retirement aren't just financial, they can also be a brilliant way of nurturing your mental health and battling the common issues that arise with old age and not being able to go out to work. Some people don't deal with that necessarily readily and embrace it, as time off. Some persons want to be around depending on what is the atmosphere at home. And the last point is plan for more money than only money. Plan for more than only money. While ensuring that financial security, health coverage, and an estate plan are all vital aspects of retirement planning, there is much more to life in older age. Think about anything that may affect your retirement, whether that means downsizing your home or renting a part of it, as income also. Scheduling prolonged yearly vacations could be one, and also adopting a pet, or foster, or even to adopt a child or sponsor a child, whatever it is that is fulfilling to you. Establishing all of these aspects as soon as possible will allow you to create a clearer picture of what you would like your life to be when you retire. If you're now in retirement and none of these tips were given to you, you weren't able to, well, you probably didn't understand what retirement was. You probably didn't have a financial advisor like myself to assist you in the process. Once there is life, there is hope. It's never too late. And I want to invite all of you live on Love 101 on all of their social media platforms and on the radio, where we'll be talking about retiring early. So for those of you who want to retire early, for those of you who are in the retiring stage, closer, or just starting your contribution, or for those of you who are already retired, I'll be doing that show tomorrow with Patricia Reed Wall, who is a retiree, and she wrote a book about it. She was not prepared for retirement, but have found ways to earn money through passion to sustain her through retirement, and also, gaining in on other policies that she had in the past. No, you don't want to miss that show. We have had her here on the Iconic Advisor page before, but we'll be sharing the stage tomorrow on Love 101, Retiring in Style. Well, you know what happened today, guys. In terms of the computer, I don't even want to touch it, so it kicks me off again prematurely. But just make sure that you're watching the page, the Iconic Advisor page, also on Instagram, Iconsurance, for what more is to come where the page is concerned. And as I had said last week, that the page will be more focusing on going out there to see, how we can save money, ways to enjoy ourselves without spending a lot of money, and conversing with person in terms of how it is that they budget. So we'll be bringing persons impromptu on and we'll be posting those videos every Sunday. When it is that is a live show, that is when I'll come on when I have someone to interview for you guys on the various topics. As I had said before, if there's a topic that you'd like to hear or have us expound on, you can post it here, or whether it is my WhatsApp, or whether it is on Facebook, Financial Advisor page, or Shernet Higgins Clark, or on Instagram. You can slide in my DM at iconsurns with a Z, and the information will of course be discussed here. Thank you once again for joining me this and every Sunday throughout all my technical difficulties. Some of you have stayed, appreciate it much. And also for those of you who are waiting to hear when the Fisher folks and the Farmer Agricare Insurance will be coming out, it's now out. So Mr. Bogler was supposed to inform me it's back. There is a little increase, but of course it is still affordable, it is still attractive. Jump on board for those of you who are registered on the RADA and the Fisheries Authority. You can insure yourself, your spouse, and your dependents. And it is life insurance, health insurance. There is critical illness that is offered, and personal accidents. So you don't want to miss out on that. Thank you once again, guys, for joining me. Please enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Stay focused, stay strong, and stay safe. Walk good. And thank you guys for joining me. Thank you. Bye-bye.